But listen, Matt, something else that really outraged me when I read about it again this morning. One of the most disgusting examples of the way that global warming politicians are killing our economy is the fact that we now have to, it's just, I find I'm in a la-la land even talking about this. We have actually had to build a new import terminal for shipments from overseas of gas supplies. It's in Port Kembla. It's the bringing gas from overseas or other parts, maybe even now and then from Western Australia, because we don't have enough gas for ourselves. And our top gas pipeline company says Victoria's plan to actually subsidise these gas imports will just raise gas prices even more. Matt, what makes me so cross is that about, importing gas specifically for Victoria is that we have oceans of gas, but that Labor government in Victoria is so green, global warming crazy, it extended a ban on gas exploration for nearly a decade. The energy minister is so mad on this stuff, and that we now have to hire ships to bring in gas from other countries. What do you make of this?
Well, you're absolutely right here, Andrew, and we totally agree. And not only has Victoria banned fracking, they've put it in their constitution. So I think Victoria's constitution now reads habeas corpus, equality before the law, and no fracking. I mean, it's hardly worthy of a constitutional amendment, but that's the level of craziness that's been allowed to stand there in Victoria. And keep in mind here, we are importing gas not for Australia, but for New South Wales and Victoria. There is plenty of gas where I'm sitting here today in Queensland because they haven't had these stupid statewide bans. But in New South Wales and Victoria, especially Victoria, which has been traditionally the heritage, the history of our strong manufacturing industry, it's down there because it was close to the brown coal fields of Latrobe Valley and the oil and gas fields of the Bass Strait. Now, both of those, one is declining geologically and naturally, the Bass Strait. The other's being shut down intentionally. We're doing intentional self-economic harm to ourselves. And then, of course, we're not allowing the gas fields to be replaced by new exploration onshore. In Victoria, there is plenty. We know there's lots of oil and gas there, but you can't drill for it. You can't frack for it. And that's why we're in this embarrassing situation. And look, to link it back to what we were saying before, we should be much more focused on this than whatever decision Donald Trump and his administration makes in the next week or so. These acts of self-economic harm are so much more damaging to our economy than anything those tariffs from the US can do.
Absolutely. And by the way, Matt, also making ourselves once again dependent on other countries for critical supplies through sea lanes that China could cut off overnight. I mean, it's just insane. Matt Canavan, thank you so much indeed for your time.